Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be wear testing some new Benefit makeup. This is a little 5 milliliter sample of the POREfessional Pore Minimizing makeup, and it's available in 5 shades. It is face makeup to minimize the appearance of pores. I have it in the shade 1, and they say to use, shake it well, remove the sponge cover and twist off the cap. Squeeze out 1 to 2 drops of makeup onto the sponge. Pat and blend on pore problem areas or all over face. It's supposed to be a weightless, long-wearing formula to mattify and control excess surface oil for 8 hours. And of course, I'm going to be testing it for 12 hours here. Now, it says it comes in 5 different shades. However, the darkest it goes up to is what's called medium deep, which is really not very deep at all. So I don't know if it's just because it's so new and they're not sure if it's going to take off or what. But the selection is not great for people with darker skin tones. The full size is $40 Canadian for 15 milliliters. This is 5 millimeters. So the full size is 3 times the size, and it's $40. That seems really expensive for me. The other strange thing about this product is they do say on the Benefit website that you could use it with the POREfessional face primer to get an even smoother start. So I guess it's a little bit confusing. Is this a pore perfecting makeup item, or is this more of a foundation item? So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on and we'll see what the deal is. Here is the sponge, and then there is the little makeup. Kind of cute packaging. I kind of like this idea. Let me just give it a good shake here. Oh yeah, it's got that little ball in it to really help shake it up. It kind of reminds me maybe of a Let's apply a few drops to the sponge. As you can see, my problem areas generally for oil tend to just be my T-zone, my cheeks, my chin, my forehead, and my coverage areas where I need help with coverage is kind of all over, but mostly around my chin area. So I've got 2 drops on there. I did moisturize. I didn't use any primer today, and I did that intentionally because I feel like they kind of advertise this as a pore minimizing, so maybe it's got like primer qualities in it. So alright, so those 2 drops disappeared really quick, just on the one side of my face. I did bring out a beauty blender just because this is such a tiny little sample. I thought maybe it would be good to just help to blend it all in. And honestly, the coverage was a little better than I expected, but I'm going to need a lot of drops to finish my face here. I'm going to take another 2 drops to do the other side of my face. This time they sunk right into the sponge. The color match seems to be pretty good for my skin. Again, this is shade 1. If you're any fairer than me, you might be out of luck. The sponge is convenient for like spreading it around, but I don't think it would give you a super nice blend. Even maybe the full size, I think you might want to go back in with a beauty blender and just kind of get a perfected finish there. So I don't know, I feel like I used a lot of product, but I don't have a lot of product on my face, if that makes sense. Maybe that is because my skin is not quite perfect. I'm just gonna go in and do some more high coverage areas, as if I don't need to conceal or add any more makeup, that would be perfect. And I think I'm just gonna use 2 final drops here just to cover up under my eyes so I don't use any concealer or anything. I'm just gonna use 1 product today. Whatever's left, I'm just going to use on my chin just to help blend down a little bit. I did pull out concealers to apply under my eye and on my acne, but this product seemed to do a decent job for that. Now I'm just going to set everything with a powder. This makeup is supposed to last for 8 hours, 8 hours is the minimum of time that I need makeup to last. 12 hours for me is the right amount of time for my makeup to last. So I'm just gonna apply a thin coat of some Coty Airspun. And to finish up my look, I'm just gonna apply a tiny bit of blush. Alright, so looking at my skin here, there are a couple areas where there was some product buildup around the dry areas around my acne that stuff always gets caught up in. But overall, I think it's like fairly decent coverage. It covered up all my redness really well, which is a big concern. I didn't feel like I needed to go back in with concealer to like finish it off. I think it covered well under my eyes. It feels really nice on the skin. It does feel very smoothing, so that's really nice. And the coverage is buildable, but I don't feel like I wear a ton of makeup or foundation, and I used a ton more than 2 drops. So just something to keep in mind. So before we get to any conclusions here, I am going to wear this makeup for the next 12 hours and check in along the way to let you know how it's going. So I'll see you at the end of the night. Alright, so it's only 2 o'clock now, and honestly I feel greasy. I feel like, you know, when that grease builds up in your cheeks and your nose area, that is what I'm feeling right now, which is pretty unusual, I'd say. But yeah, just greasy feeling. So okay, it's 10 o'clock now. It's been a full 12 hours. The first thing I can report back is just how like greasy I felt all day. I really think for an oil control product, I thought at least I would get 8 hours of like no oil buildup, but honestly, I was oily at the first check-in, which is pretty unusual for me, and I didn't work out or anything. I didn't have a super crazy day. So yeah, I feel like overall the coverage is pretty nice, especially if you don't need a ton of foundation and it comes in your skin tone. I would say it's more like a tinted primer than anything. It does leave your skin feeling nice and soft and smooth, very soft, very touchable, and it did cover up my redness very well. I don't know if my pores look any different, but I definitely do look and feel shiny, which was the case from the time I put it on. So they don't claim it's a foundation. They don't claim it's a concealer. It's just a pore minimizing makeup. I guess I wouldn't consider it a pore minimizing product. I would consider it a very evening out product. Maybe a little bit of coverage. I would really honestly consider it like a tinted primer that did not help with oil control. And it's super expensive. I mean, 5 mils here. This is a pretty high-end sample. So 40 Canadian dollars for a 15 milliliter bottle. I think that is so super expensive. I think the packaging concept is cool. I think that's good for like on-the-go touch-ups. This is one of those ones that I'd say if you can get the sample, try the sample just to give it a go. But I wouldn't recommend going out and buying the full size. I just felt like a grease ball all day. So I think I would have to give this product, I'm gonna give it a point for cool packaging and just kind of a different concept. But I'm gonna take points off for being way too expensive, having a really crappy shade range, not controlling oil at all. I don't think my pores look any different. I'm probably gonna give this product a 1.5 out of 5. Have you guys tried this Benefit Pore Minimizing makeup? If so, leave a comment down below and let me know what you thought. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, do give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already. I do new beauty vlogging every single day. Definitely share this with any friends who might find it helpful. And you can also check me out over on Patreon to help support my channel. Like I said before, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow in my next beauty video. Bye.